Thanks for taking some time to walk through some examples of recently built Carnegie Slate portals. This first example, as we scroll through, pay close attention to some of the ways that we partition information on these pages so that more information is available in relevant sections. The reason that some of this information is initially hidden from students is based on some of our heat mapping and activity tracking that we've done for application status portals. This tracking indicates that, on average, you have about 1 minute of student attention on these application status pages. So we want to make the most of that 1 minute. We want to make sure that content is digestible and make sure that students have a chance to process all of the information on the page within that minute. However, should students choose to spend longer than 1 minute on the page, we want to make sure there's easy navigation and ways for students to view more information should they choose to take that extra step. As you look at this next example, you're going to see some similarities between the others in terms of layout and included components. While we do have full-time developers on staff here at Carnegie that will design and develop your Slate portals, know that we do have best practices that we recommend and lean into based on our experience, based on feedback, and based on that activity tracking that I mentioned earlier. Our portals are status aware and change with the student as they move through the application process. In the example that we're seeing right now, you'll notice that as we scroll through these very specific sections, there's one dedicated specifically to updating your computing account. That would only be available for students after that account is credentialed, and therefore we can make these portals status and data point aware to grow with the student as new pieces of their application process are available. Luckily, portals aren't just for our students. In this example of a high school counselor portal, we are working with high school counselors who are logging in through authentication using the organization context dataset. And once they're in this portal, they are able to see the students who currently attend their high school, for whom they have remaining steps for either application completion or dual enrollment registration. This portal is a way to display information to these high school counselors so that they can follow up directly with the representatives of this university. On this page, you're seeing this data being manipulated in real time, being sorted, being filtered, and that is because Carnegie is fluent with several data manipulation plugins that allow us to take advanced Slate queries and turn them into really robust data displays. Again, you'll see within this pop-up for the student information, student-specific details that are segmented into digestible chunks that are specific to job functions users would have to complete. As we click through the other tabs within this portal, you'll notice some fun features like personalized notifications, as well as system-wide alerts that can be installed within our portals. Portals are also lovely tools around your campus for sharing information with stakeholders. This example is what we would refer to as a reporting center. Reporting centers leverage the best of both worlds between Slate portals and Slate reports so that we can display information in a digestible, easy-to-use, user-friendly environment. These environments are also user-aware, so on this page you can see that only 2 programs are displayed for goal tracking purposes because this example record only is responsible for those 2 programs. Other users, as they log in, will see goal tracking for other programs. Again, a way that you can control the narrative of how your information is being shared with stakeholders on and off campus. Finally, this last example is a very straightforward layout for a graduate population. This again leans into the idea of segmenting information to make the most of that initial impact of students logging into this page, but has a simplified layout that makes information a little bit more accessible and prioritizes the transactional nature of graduate admissions. Whatever the goal for your portal, Carnegie's here to help, and thank you again for taking some time.